Heaves it to the end zone. Oh, what a catch! Amari Cooper pulls it down.
So the Buffalo Bills just completely dominated the New York Jets 40-14. Josh Allen bounced back from some of his struggles against New England. He had 182 yards with 2 touchdowns, but a lot of the damage was done in the running game. Cook had 53 yards in the touchdown, Allen had 17 and got into the end zone himself once, and in the receiving department, Tyrell Shavers led the way with 69 yards and a touchdown, and Amari Cooper had 56 yards and a touchdown as well, and a lot of their other guys down the line were in the 20s in terms of yards. So everyone contributed, and this game was dominated by the Bills in every single way. The scoreboard is going to tell you that the Jets had 14 points, but they don't really count. This game was basically a complete shutout. This was the defense's best game of the season and really just overall in quite some time. And the Bills overcame some rough officiating as well, in my opinion. This was maybe the best possible example that the Bills can come up with big play after big play, and they are really looking like a Super Bowl team. And I want to talk all about it. But before I begin, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind. We are on the road to 40,000 subscribers, and with your support, I believe that we can get there super fast. So the offense had some really good moments in this game. Maybe there were a few times where things got clunky and weren't perfect, but it's hard to nitpick when you are up 40-0. And I already know what you guys are gonna say. Yes, it was the Jets. They have struggled this year and had nothing to play for, but you can never take a blowout for granted. And it's rare to see a team consistently blow everyone out. I mean, look at what the Panthers have been doing. Most NFL games are one-score affairs. The players are ultra talented, you still have to show up and beat these teams. In the start of this game, there was some sloppy stuff, a lot of meat left on the bone, but the big thing today was the third down stops. Seeing Von Miller come up with a big sack on third down, seeing Ed Oliver make some big plays, even though it was the Jets, right now is just about building momentum into January. Especially with how next week I do expect to see a lot of players resting. So to end things off on the right foot and build confidence into some of these guys heading into the postseason, that can be huge. Going back to the Jets and Aaron Rodgers, I actually think they only converted on 1 or 2 first downs the whole entire game. And honestly, it might have been less. I would not even be shocked if it was 0. I have not got to look at the official numbers yet, but that's how dominant the Bills defense was on big downs. There were times the Jets moved the ball down the field, but again, this is just me being nitpicky because the Bills played nearly perfect football for around 50 minutes on that end. Taking a look at some of the defensive stats from this game, Joe Adreessen and Cole Bishop both had 5 tackles, and Ed Oliver and Von Miller each of course had a sack, and Christian Benford and Greg Rousseau both had an interception. I really, coming into this season, had my doubts about the Bills, as everyone did. I knew Josh Allen was going to step up and play at an MVP level, but I did not know what receivers were going to step up. Well, that question got answered very early on. Everyone was going to contribute. There was not going to be an individual player that stood out, but as a unit collectively, you barely could even notice they lost Diggs. Khalil Shakir was Mr. Consistent. Keon Coleman continues to show us his upside. The tight end stepped up. Has everything been perfect? No. But if you're a Bills fan, you have to be ecstatic about how everything went. And the run game for Buffalo has added a whole nother dimension to this offense that they really have not had over the last few years. Yes, Allen does still account for a lot of the rushing attack, but 2 weeks ago in the first half, which the defense struggled to get the Pats off the field, and Allen went 9 of 17 for 78 yards throwing the ball, Cook injected the necessary spark with a 46-yard touchdown run in helping Buffalo rally from a 14-0 deficit. This is the balance Sean McDermott not only envisioned, but demanded when changing offensive coordinators midway through last season by replacing Ken Dorsey with Joe Brady. McDermott has always emphasized his belief of games being won at the line of scrimmage, and the Bills have been a different team with Brady overseeing the offense and incorporating 6-man fronts to help open holes for the running game. And Buffalo's running attack of course takes some of the pressure off Allen having to win games with his arm. It also gives the Bills a ball control dimension to ease the load from patchwork and injury depleted defense, which should be McDermott's most pressing concern entering the playoffs. Also, in the Patriots game, the defense, missing 4 starters, including 3 in the secondary, overcame its depleted ranks with takeaways on the Pats' first 3 possessions of the second half. The turnover run was capped by cornerback Taron Johnson falling on a loose ball for a touchdown to put the Bills ahead 24-14, with about 10 minutes left after Drake May's backward pass glanced off the hands of Ramondre Stevenson. Really, the main reason why I'm bringing up the Patriots game at all is because the Bills have so many ways to win. They can win ugly, they can win with Josh Allen throwing for 400 yards, they really can adapt to the environment. And in January, the elements really can change the way a football game is played. And I think they will be ready for it. Especially early on, I thought the Bills were above average on defense. Towards the end of the season, they started allowing a ton of points, but they were just in track meet style games. Sometimes, both offenses just get in such a groove that one big stop is all you need. And Josh Allen, as I fully expected him to do, did play at an MVP level this season. I think head to head, he and Lamar Jackson are close. Lamar may end up winning the award, but I literally can't even imagine where the Bills would be right now if they had somebody else under center not named Josh Allen. I thought he really turned a lot of heads in that Jets game because he made Aaron Rodgers look like he did not belong in the league anymore, which is probably true, but he really was that good. When asked if he did enough to solidify the MVP, Josh deflected the question. "I don't really care about that," he said, and that just shows his character, because as much as I want to say most players are like that, they just aren't. And I think he has won over the entire locker room, not only from his play, but because he truly is a leader that wants to do what's best for the team. Right now, it's looking like in round 1 of the playoffs, the Bills could be matching up with Denver. I can already off the bat tell you the game plan for that game. Don't let Marvin Mims beat you deep. Literally every time I turn on a Broncos game, they don't do anything offensively, and then Mims will get open on a deep ball and will take one to the house. The secondary will have to be on their A game, and if Josh Allen can get going early, I think it will ruin any confidence that Denver has. I'm definitely curious to hear what you guys think about all this though. And let's take a look at what some of the players and Sean McDermott had to say.
Great environment again at home. Great to win. 8-0 at home. Hard to do. It's just special to play here. Our guys understand that and the history that's been built here over the years and playing well at home and in the red, white, and blue of the Buffalo Bills. So great environment, like I said. A lot of good things. I thought the defense came out and played aggressive, took the ball away, set up the offense, special teams, good sound, quality football overall. And the offense got rolling in the second half there, and that was good to see, capitalizing and some red zone opportunities and some takeaway opportunities there that we had. So a lot of game balls went out after the game, as you'd imagine. I think Josh Allen continues to show why he should be the MVP, and just great to see our offense do what they've been able to do here.
Our defense, man, they played lights out today. They had juice, they had energy, and then offensively, I thought we ran the ball well and a couple really, really big plays, especially there in the third quarter. Would love to get off to a faster start, and sustain a couple more drives and a couple penalties that hurt us. So a lot to learn from, but we'll look at it tomorrow and keep moving forward.
That's really all I have for this video. Thank you all so much if you made it to this point, and if you enjoyed and haven't yet, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe because your support truly does mean the world. And also, let me know what you would like to see next, and until then, I will see you all later.